Are you sick and tired of gambling addictions in almost every Roblox game? Do you need to find new games to play since the ones on the front page are too repetitive, unoriginal, boring, poorly designed, and time-wasting? Well, in this video, I'll be covering some games that you've probably never heard of, seen, or played. Games that are actually engaging, enough to keep you entertained for a pretty long while. I recommend playing with friends since it's just more fun, but if you're a loser who plays Souls RNG, you might not be able to do that. By the way, I'm giving away a $20 Roblox gift card to a random person in my Discord server when I reach 10,000 subscribers. Here's how to enter, so don't forget to watch this video to the end, and if you subscribe, I'll love you forever. Anyway, on with the video. First off, let's get some of the more popular underrated games that I've seen other YouTubers cover pretty often out of the way as honorable mentions. This includes Fighting, Combat Initiation, Traversal, Random Rumble, and Hours. Obviously, those are still really good quality games, and I personally enjoy them and think they're great, especially Combat Initiation and Random Rumble, but they're not exactly the most underrated. Anyway, now on to the real obscure games. For the first underrated game, we got PM606 by Council of the Winning Smile.
Hey, you look like a very tax-paying citizen.
Oh, he's blue, he's blue.
Why are you sad, man? Are you good? Hey, you need some accompaniment. Hey, stop resisting! Oh, he's there! He's there! Wait, where is he? Wait, what? Oh my god, he's there!
Although the game design is pretty terrible, it still has some interesting thrill aspect to it that's best experienced on a blind playthrough with a few friends. It's a little hard to describe the game without spoiling what happens, but I'll try my best. In PM606, you go through various levels of mazes and puzzles in order to progress, with each level becoming increasingly more nerve-wracking. The obstacles in these puzzles include buttons to open doors, certain enemies that you must avoid, darkness, and walls that you can walk through. There's also secret sub-levels that you might find by exploring some areas that seem like they don't have much to offer. But you never know, maybe it'll skip a few main levels. I don't want to say too much because I promise it's so much better when you don't know what the game will throw at you next. But I will say that there are much more interesting obstacles than what I previously mentioned. Let's just say there's a special kind of enemy that you might be able to fight back against. What I really love about PM606 are the really eerie vibes that it gives off. I originally discovered it just sitting there in my recommended games, and it just felt like something was off the entire time playing it. The details in the music are also really cool to me, because as the levels progress, so does the music. And I should also say that I really recommend playing with sound on. PM606 is the perfect game if you want something that could keep you occupied for a few hours, maybe even a few nights. Just give it a try and see if it's to your liking. If not, check out some of the games ahead. For the second underrated game, we got Defenders Depot 2 Tower Defense. DDTD is basically like a cross between a tower defense game and Clash of Clans. Instead of the traditional ready up to a party with units that you rolled in a gacha or whatever, DDTD takes an interesting approach on the genre, allowing you to create a path yourself based on taking advantage of the game's pathfinding to the exit. You get money from killing enemies as usual, and you can use that money to upgrade your towers and buy new ones. A key difference from your typical tower defense game though, is that you don't have an inventory limit on how many towers you have as options to place down. The only limit in place is the amount of money you have. There are also unique towers that you can acquire by a sort of rebirth when reaching wave 100. And there are traps that you can place directly onto the path to deal damage to enemies, which is a concept I know most from Bloons Tower Defense, and I'm surprised it's such a rare thing to see. You can also spend your money to expand your land area, which lets you extend the path the enemies need to take so your towers have more time to kill them, or even just to have more space to place towers and increase your damage potential. Every rebirth you get a new area to work with and obstacles that grow in your plot that you need to work around. I think it might be possible to play multiplayer on the same plot, but I've never tried it, so I'm not exactly sure. If you have a few hours to kill, definitely try this game, but of course, any of the games in this video are great options. Now for the third underrated game, we got Contact A888.
Why is G blocked? Oh, hell no. Blocked it.
What is this?
What the hell? What is this farter? Oh, hell no. No, turrets lock in! It was at like 95%. Fine. Everywhere, literally everywhere. Hell no.
On the 362 high.
So, Frozen Nowhere Land.
A horde-based shooter that I definitely recommend playing with friends, since it's pretty difficult to do anything solo. In Contact A888, you and your friends are let down from a helicopter into a map where your goal is to survive the longest you can. Doing this might sound really simple, but when you realize that the way to get more time is by going into the danger and activating anchors, which periodically deactivate, meaning you need to consistently activate them, and that each one only gives 30 seconds of time, it gets a little difficult. Every once in a while, the danger level increases, with stronger enemies with special abilities that do more damage being able to kill you in seconds, and more of them too. But rest assured, as long as someone survives, the time will continue to decrease, and with it, the reinforcements time, which actually lets you bring back any of your dead friends. In the lobby, you can prepare your weapons and classes, each class specializing in different aspects of the game. For classes, there's the Assault class, specializing in firepower most notably with guns, the Specialist class, which is an intel support based class that helps you stun and reveal enemy locations, the Archangel class, which is a healer class to help you and your friends last longer in the fight, the Tower class that tanks the most damage, and the Technician class, which can place turrets to cover the area. As for everything else in the lobby, there's your primary weapon and pistol, auxiliary, or basically an extra support-ish item such as a heal or a light source. There's equipments that include things such as grenades and bombs, and there's skill decks, which basically just give you buffs. Skill decks and upgrades for classes cost requisition tokens, a currency that is given to you one at a time each time you rank up. So there's definitely enough gameplay to last at least a few days, probably more. There's a shop in each map that lets you purchase things like ammo, armor, auxiliary items, secondary items, and a bunch of other stuff that could completely flip the outcome of your game. I highly recommend Contact A888. It's pretty difficult when you first try it, but me and 3 friends started to understand it a bit after a while, and it gets pretty engaging once you finally understand. But if it's too hard and you're looking for something that you can just mess around and have fun in, then look no further than the 4th underrated game, which is Unorthodox Accounting.
Oh my, what did I just do? What did I just
Now, I know this game will interest a lot of you because I used it as background footage in a previous video of mine, and I received so many comments asking me what game it was. Well, here it is. If you need an hour to kill or so, get with some friends and experiment with the crazy random but fun physics of Unorthodox Accounting. Although there's only a little content with one endless game mode as an option, there's a campaign option that's just grayed out right now, so there's definitely potential for more soon. They added an ultimate move from when I last played that charges up based on how many enemies you kill, and it literally stops time, which is crazy cool. Endless mode consists of, well, endless waves of enemies. Players are all equipped with 4 weapons and can press the E key to switch to an alternate loadout with 3 new weapons. This can be done infinitely and whenever you want, so you essentially have 7 weapons to fight with. The weapons in the normal loadout include a pistol that has crazy recoil, and by crazy recoil, well, you probably see me fly around in the background footage, and that's mostly thanks to the pistol's recoil. However, you can also alternate with the Dad's shotgun to fly even higher. Dad's shotgun is, in my opinion, the best weapon because it can hit even if your aim is garbage, which mine is, and has decent recoil to fly with. Although I would recommend switching with your pistol for that. There's also an innocent bomb that cutely and calmly explodes crowds of policemen in a very demure and mindful way. And the last weapon of the normal loadout is a trowel, which is the only weapon that stays in the alternate loadout. It shoots bricks and builds a small wall. Pretty mid in my opinion. The first weapon of the alternate loadout is Mom's Hyper Laser, which sounds super cool, but from my experience, it's not that good. You have a rocket launcher next that's also nice to fly with and to use on bigger crowds. And finally, you have a subspace trip mine that turns enemies pinkish and I don't know, it like kills them. I don't really know what it does. If you have some spare time and you need some ideas of games to play, definitely try some of these out and let me know what you think. Otherwise, go watch one of my other videos on screen and I promise they won't disappoint.